The last note in the car for this year, 2016. We're getting a holiday soon, so no more videos in this car. They will be made at home for the remaining days of 2016, and then in 2017 we'll start again, inshallah, God willing. Okay, so this one is about a marvelous short story by Katherine Ann Porter. The Cracked Looking Glass. I was wondering why this name, and there's an easy, obvious answer, because there is a cracked looking glass in the house of the couple at the center of this account. And they are Rosaleen and Dennis. But apart from that, there is a metaphor. I would say surely Katherine Ann Porter meant another thing by this. And my first guess is that it has to do with the way Rosaleen looks at the world. She has these awkward, to say the least, dreams and apparitions, and I'm thinking this is her cracked looking glass. She sees the world quite often distorted by these strange ideas and ghosts in her head. So she's married, lives in Connecticut to another Irish, they're both Irish, to another Irish person, Dennis, her husband, who's, she's married to her husband. What a clever thing I just said. Well, there it is. He's much older than she is. I myself am getting perhaps old, that's why I'm saying she's married to her husband. And there is a crack there too between them, and there's perhaps another significance of that looking glass. She's seeing things one way, and he has another perspective. From the beginning, we learn that he's upset, annoyed with her tendency to talk and talk and talk some more. When not with people, when there's no one around, she talks to the cats, and to a salesman, for instance, and others. There's the salesman who has to, well, he wants to sell things to her, and he does. Dennis is not very happy about that, but from another room he hears what she's saying. Oh, my husband was so strong, he would kick a man into the dust, and then he will go and grab him and take him out and take the dust off. And Dennis at the same time is thinking, and we hear him, well, Katherine Ann Porter is writing this, and we learn about it. I've never been anything but thin and tall, and after the going out from Dublin, I never touched a man or a beast, a being. So so much for her tall tales. One night she dreams about her sister being sick, so she's decided I'm going to Boston. Well, Dennis is not happy about that, but throughout I was very much impressed by this man. In fact, at times in awe and admiration, because he thought all those things. Oh, what a tale she's saying. I feel like going and saying, come on, this is not true. I mean, this is outrageous, or to things he knew are not true. But he never does that. Well, that's good for a husband. If I wish I have more patience, and whenever I think my spouse is wrong, to keep it for myself, at least at times, if not always. Anyway, so she's going to Boston, but she has this first disappointment, and then a real outrage because the sister is not there. So that her dreams are like a cracked looking glass. She's not there, nobody knows about her, so the conclusion is she just moved and didn't send a note, didn't let her know. So much for the accuracy of her prophecies. And while she's sitting on a bench, she meets this man who's Irish, so they have a bond. He's very upset. He's destitute. She offers him a meal. He has not eaten in 2 days or so. He's eating a lot. And then she's giving him $10 and says, "Why don't you come at this farm of ours and work there? And it's in the countryside." Oh, it's so dangerous, he says. Not in those exact words, obviously, but to this effect. And why? Well, I met this bright woman like you. So this is the only good thing in all the story. I mean, the story with this guy. And she took me home, and and the husband was all the time looking through the keyhole. Oh my God, and she's outraged. She understands that he thinks she was suggesting a sort of a threesome, a sick, pervert triangle with her and her husband. Get out of here. So she's throwing her out, goes back to the husband, and she's visibly affected by this experience, which makes her realize that indeed she loves someone and someone else loved her. Who this is, you need to read and find out. This is a complex, great story.